Time magazine called him the unsung hero behind the internet. CNN called him a father of the internet. President Bill Clinton called him one of the great minds of the information age. He has been voted history's greatest scientist of African descent. He is Philip Emeagwali. He's coming to Trinidad and Tobago to launch the 2008 Kwame Ture lecture series on Sunday, June 8th at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine, 5 p.m. The Emancipation Support Committee invites you to come and hear this inspirational mind address the theme, crossing new frontiers to conquer today's challenges. This lecture is one you cannot afford to miss. Admission is free, so be there on Sunday, June 8th, 5 p.m. at the JFK Auditorium, UWI St. Augustine.
My contribution to the development of the modern computer is this. I invented the Philip Emeagwali formula that then US President Bill Clinton described in his White House speech of August 26, 2000. I invented my parallel supercomputer formula to be used to solve real-world problems and used to solve them 65,536 times faster and used to solve them across a global network of 65,536 processors that were each akin to a tiny computer. My invention of parallel processing made the news headlines because I invented the technology, and I did so by sending and receiving emails and delivering those emails one binary million times faster and delivering those emails across as many email wires. The parallel supercomputer was theorized as far back as February 1, 1922. But the technology was only theorized as a science fiction. For the 67 years onward of 1922, parallel processing was debated and ridiculed as a beautiful theory that lacked experimental confirmation. Practical parallel processing remained in the realm of science fiction until my experiment of July 4, 1989, that made the news headlines upgraded the theorized supercomputer to a non-fiction. I was in the news headlines because I brought that figment of the imagination called parallel processing and brought the technology from dream to reality. That parallel processing controversy was highlighted in an article in the June 14, 1976 issue of the Computer World magazine. That article scorned parallel processing and mocked the then unproven technology as a huge waste of everybody's time. The parallel supercomputer is an invention that makes the world a more knowledgeable place and a better place for human beings and for all beings. The parallel supercomputer made me a benchmark in the history of the development of the computer. Since the first programmable supercomputer was invented in 1946, each supercomputer manufactured was faithful to its primary mission, namely to solve the most extreme scale problems arising in computational physics and to increase the productivity in industries that use supercomputers and to reduce the time to solution of grand challenge climate models and to reduce the time to market of the crude oil and natural gas that were buried 1 mile deep in the Niger Delta oil fields of southeastern Nigeria.
Insightful and brilliant lecture.